Welcome to the Pivot PRN podcast. I'm your host, Cecilia Amato.
And I'm your co-host, Connie Betts. We are both nurses who dare to dream beyond the bedside, and we're ready to share our experiences and those of others who have found themselves at a crossroads in their careers.
Every month, we'll bring you authentic conversations filled with practical tips and wisdom to help you better navigate the twists and turns of a scary career transition.
So, if you're ready to make a change, you're in the right place. It's time to take control of your life, PRN style.
Ready for your pivot? Let's do this. Yay! I am so excited to be joined by two of my closest friends. I've got Chyna Hamilton here as my guest co-host for today. She is an outstanding nurse and amazing coworker and amazing friend. So I'm very happy to have her here today. And I am so excited about our guest today, Charmaine Horn, the one and only, the woman, the legend is here.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you for being a guest on the Pivot PRN podcast. And we are so excited to share your story. Charmaine Horn, nervous system coach and Qigong teacher for anxiety and depression relief and owner of Oasis Qigong. Can you please tell us a little bit about who you are? And then let's transition into describing the pivot we're going to talk about today.
Sure. Thank you so much for having me on. I'm so excited to be here with you all. So my name is Charmaine, and I was a psychiatric nurse in a medical psychiatric unit for 8 years. And that was when I first I thought I was going to be a nurse for the rest of my life until I kind of hit this transitional point, which we'll talk about later. But yeah, I decided to leave my nursing job in 2020 to open my own business to help people. Like, basically, when I was in the psych hospital, I felt like medications were they were a tool with helping people with mental health, but it wasn't helping people recover long term. And I was like, there's got to be another way. So that's when I left in 2020, peace out. And I'm still out of the hospital today, still doing my own business. So yeah, just a little background about me.
How many years ago was it? Your last day at UCLA?
Oh,
And my first day as your coworker?
I know. Funny fact, it was the last day of work, and then Cecilia, it was her first day on the job at UCLA with me. Oh my gosh. But that was in April 2020, so over 5 years ago.
Wow, 5 years ago. And do you ever miss it? Are you ever just like, man, I miss working with Cecilia. That was so hard to walk away from.
I mean, I miss working with you, Cecilia. That's what I miss.
Okay.
Other things I don't quite miss as much.
You don't miss working with your gorgeous ex manager. She had this nurse manager.
Shady today. All right.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna cut this.
Pull her up on here.
I'm gonna cut this part out. I definitely won't publish this, but I had a crush on the nurse manager. His name was it was a hot name too. It was like started with a C, like Co.
Oh
not
yeah,
Coban, but like
sure,
Co.
Yeah. I'm like, give me some Coke.
Give me some a little cocoa, little.
Hey.
If I wasn't married, oh man.
And I always say that. I'm
Yeah,
not even married.
I know. Like if I wasn't married. Yeah. Anyways,
that was fun. It was fun working with that manager, and also with I do miss my coworkers. It was really fun, like with the people I got along with well. Like I did have really good friendships there, so I do miss that a lot. Yeah,
for sure.
The trauma bonded that you the trauma friendships you make on the floor, you can't recreate that anywhere else.
no,
you know what I mean?
We've gone through it together, through thick and thin.
You can't find that anywhere else.
Mm-mm.
So now tell us more about what you're doing now that looks different from where you started.
Right. So when I became a psychiatric nurse, I went into it to have the goal of helping people, of course, cope and manage and overcome their mental health struggles. And so when I actually went to the unit and actually was a nurse, I felt like a lot of the interventions that we did for them, it was mostly pharmacology based. And there were, we did have group activities. I would lead a lot of group activities, which was very fulfilling for me. But when I saw people just taking medicine as their primary way of treating their anxiety or depression or their mental health illness, they either got worse because of side effects, like they got really bad side effects. They kept getting readmitted, which I'm sure both of you in nursing have seen that a lot with certain folks. And they didn't seem to get any better. They got more agitated on the meds. I felt like they were just addicted. They developed an addiction to the meds. And I was like, dude, this is not right. Like, I felt so weird reinforcing that kind of, I don't know, that kind of treatment system. So I left, and I first went into life coaching because I liked that was about mindset, and it was like looking at how your thoughts basically shape your reality. And then that got me more into other holistic modalities and more going into the body. So now I help people basically regulate their anxiety and depression with body-based holistic tools, primarily with Eastern medicine, with a practice called Qigong. And it's an ancient Chinese mind-body practice that has been used for thousands of years to help people prevent illness and relieve stress, and just overall, it was a type of medicine back in the day. Movement was literally medicine back in the day in China thousands of years ago, till now. So that's what I do. I don't really give them meds for anxiety and depression. I help them learn how to regulate and get that self-empowerment with their own practices in their body.
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, while you were talking, like, it's interesting how I feel like sometimes in Asian culture, like, talking about mental illness there's a stigma, but at the same time, they have so many, like, alternative therapies to pharmacology to use to prevent, like, in a way, they have, like, more preventative tools to, like, do you know what I'm saying? But
Right.
yeah, but, like, outside of talk therapy and, like, and, pharmaceuticals, yet they have other tools like acupuncture, and they have qigong, and they have these other I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's more about self-healing. Like, Chinese medicine is more about prevention of illness and activating the body's inner healing capabilities. And so I like it because it's empowering. It's like I could do these movements, or I could do these self-massage or different breathing techniques to help my body heal itself, while the Western model of care is more dependent on external things. Like, you're dependent on the medication, you're dependent on the doctor for wisdom. But Chinese medicine and other Eastern practices tend to focus more internally and help you basically heal yourself. And obviously, I'm not saying you should substitute certain practices for medical care. Like, that's not what I'm saying. But if you practice enough of these things every day, it really could prevent a lot of illnesses that are 100%, treatable.
Yeah,
Do you
and
think
it's
it's like giving like Ozempic no exercise kind of thing, where you're like relying on the medication to do like the whole work? Oh, okay.
Right,
That makes
right.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, exactly, exactly. It's like you're just like, okay. I mean, I see where it comes from. It's like, oh, if there's a symptom, here's a medicine to help heal it. And that's both helpful and unhelpful at the same time. It's like, if I give you a pill to help you lose weight, or an injection or whatever to lose weight, your habits and your mindset won't actually change. Like, I see it all the time when we have diabetic patients, right? Like, they're just like, they're like, give me the ice cream and then I'll take 20 units of insulin. Like, like, they haven't changed in any way. It's not internal.
So you're like redefining like the first, how should I say it? Defense. Like you're the first defense line, and then everything after that can be solved. But I feel like it's kind of like if you're in an army camp, the enemies aren't going to invade if you have a good first line of defense. And then obviously you have second defense and third defense, but those second and third defenses aren't supposed to solve everything. It's mostly supposed to be like the first defense and then solve everything after. So I feel like
Right.
your practice brings like strengthening to that first base, whereas, Western medicine is just like, oh, well, here's a symptom, we'll solve it. It's not like really investigating, like, why is it happening? Is there something that we can do before putting you on the lifetime long med?
Right, right. Which I love that analogy, because I would be told things like people who have depression, like they have to take a pill for the rest of their lives. Like, I was literally told when I was a nurse that depression wasn't curable, or things like diabetes wasn't curable, which is not true. There are actually ways to reverse both diabetes and depression. So I just felt that very disempowering. It's like,
Yeah.
seriously, I have to be dependent on this medicine for the rest of my life. Like, I can't do
Yeah.
anything about, like, it just doesn't make any sense to me, you know?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
also you were working at UCLA, which is almost like the pinnacle of like Western medicine.
Yeah.
You're like, you're in the capital city of Western medicine.
Capital city,
Seriously.
yeah.
Yeah.
Girl, yeah.
I think it's like I think the stark it was kind of cool because I only know like so much about you. I haven't hung out with you like a lot, but from what it sounds like, it's you were like Cecilia said, put on into like the pinnacle of Western medication and medicine, and you would realize like such a stark difference between what you believed in and what you were raised with and what they were teaching you. Like they're very much based on like taking away each person's power and making you dependent on something that's going to cost you a lot of money in the long run, which benefits them. And you want to empower people. So for
Right,
that,
exactly.
yeah, I
The
appreciate what
whole
you're
thing
doing.
with, like, big pharma, and I don't even wanna go in there, but it's
Big
my
Pharma is listening.
I know, man, they're listening, they're watching, but honestly, like, I just don't know, yeah, I'm really big. I don't know, even when I was a nurse, I was really big on advocating for people like staff. Like, I was in the unit practice council, and I was always advocating for the nurse's voice, and I feel like I was also really advocating for the patient, and I don't know, I just wanted to help people actually have the tools to heal themselves, because that's the whole point,
Yeah.
not make them just pay more money to be lost in the system. And some people did have successes, but a lot of people stayed stuck in the system. Like, some people really close to me, like family, are just stuck in the system, and they're so addicted to the meds and they can't get out of it. And it's just really like hard to see your loved ones stuck in that cycle. And I'm like, no, like, I need to teach people how to get out of this cycle and have that self-empowerment, because
Yeah.
your own body has wisdom. And when you
Mhm.
actually listen to it, which is what I teach, like, I teach people how to listen to your internal body cues and basically use techniques to calm your nervous system, so
Mhm.
you can boost your body's ability to defend itself, like what China was saying, to develop that like a strong immune system when you have those techniques. But you can't develop that if you're just taking meds and you're like, okay, all right, let me get my ice cream now.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really wonderful. It's, like, interesting listening to you, and then the last interview I did was with Charlene, and it's always
Oh,
interesting to me because you both have, like, because 'cause you're twins, but you have, like, twin experiences in life too,
right.
where I feel like both of you, like, she was telling us how when she started in her hospital, like, your mom's hospital, she would, like, notice things that seemed not right and, like, would bring it up, and I feel like you were similar too, where, like, you had a fresh set of eyes and you could see, like, you could be like outside the system and see everything and see things in a different way and try to introduce a new perspective. So anyways, I found that interesting that you were both kind of that way. You both kind of got involved in more ways than just like clocking in, clocking out. Like you were trying to do more than that. You were trying to like make a lasting difference, like changing the system a little bit somehow, or like
Right.
you know what I mean? Like you and your sister are so good at like being on councils or being on like you always did more than was like required, which I always found like very like inspiring and like
Oh,
showed that you were in it for the right reasons, you know?
thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Oh,
It's interesting how me and Charlene are similar in that way. That, yeah, we like to solve the like problems
like,
all the
change the
time.
status quo a little
Yeah,
bit, like, why
yeah,
are we doing things the old way, like, when there's a better
right,
way, you know?
right. It's
I
so
had
interesting that
a
we're like that. I'm like, huh, I don't know why. We're just like
Mhm,
that. It's
I
interesting.
had a little
mhm.
question. Often I see in like portrayed in media that twins are either super glued at the hip and they love being compared, and then others are like completely different where they're like rebellious against each other. Do you dislike being compared to your twin? Do you?
I mean, yeah, like all my life, man. I mean, like, I think it's
Cecilia's like, I'll
because
just go fuck myself.
I'm gonna
with
go
the
shut up
Asian
now.
parent thing, I think your parents or your mom or whoever will always like compare the siblings or
Yeah.
something, or compare you to somebody else. So there's that comparison, but But I mean, I'm pretty close to her. But yeah, I try not to let, I don't know, conventional ideas of success or whatever get in the way of me living my life. So yeah, so I'm just like,
I feel
but
that.
yeah, it's definitely something that's not easy though, I feel like.
Yeah. Okay. I will never bring up Charlene ever again. So
Oh, no, that's no, I mean, in this day, like honestly, it's cool because it's like the similar thing. It's like we walked similar paths, so
but
yeah,
yeah, but
I don't think it's like a
obviously a
comparison.
little obviously very big difference between the two of you too though.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I think what you differ from Charlene in a big way in the sense that you fully stepped away from bedside nursing, like you fully stepped away from like the establishment. You like like
Yes,
you
the establishment.
you're like Prince Harry and you like left and Meghan Markle, like you like left the monarchy and you like came to LA.
There you go. There you go.
There you go. It's another Filipino thing. We like love the royals. Okay. Anyways, we
I didn't
love
know that. That's
the Pivot PRN podcast is proudly sponsored by Nova Nails, your premier destination for high quality, semi-cured gel nail stickers and essential nail tools. Founded by the inspiring Priscilla, with whom I had the pleasure of meeting at a like-minded collective event, Nova Nails is an empowering brand led by an Asian American female entrepreneur. As a busy mom, I understand the challenges of finding time for self-care. Visiting a nail salon can be difficult, especially when arranging childcare. That's why I love Nova Nails at-home do-it-yourself gel manicure kits. With these products, I can achieve salon-quality nails at a fraction of the cost, allowing me to look and feel professional at networking events. The durability of their products is remarkable. They last up to 3 weeks, empowering me to be my own nail tech. Take advantage of our exclusive discount code PIVOT10 and receive 10% off your first order at nova-nails.co. Elevate your style today and make sure to use this code before it expires.
crazy.
We love the royals. Yes. Okay, so speaking of leaving kind of the system, what were some of the biggest challenges you faced during your
Oh,
transition?
there's so many. I mean, the biggest thing, I don't know if it's because I'm Asian or whatever, but it's the biggest thing is just judgment from your family,
Yeah.
especially your parents. Like the
Mm.
people closest to you will judge you the most. Like they were not
Yeah.
supportive at all. Because I mean, it's a great hospital. It's like UCLA, great benefits.
Yeah.
It was like the top hospital,
Mhm.
one of the top hospitals in the nation. That kind of stuff. It was like my
Mhm.
dream hospital.
Mhm.
And it was kind of sad because, my parents would be proud, like saying, oh, my daughter's a nurse at UCLA. And, and it's like
Mhm.
when you're not that
Stings for them.
anymore. What was that?
Stings for them.
Right. Like when you're not that anymore, like when you're not living out their dream for you, then it's hard because then you feel like I'm not making them happy or, they don't approve of me as a daughter kind of thing. And it will lead to a lot of discussions about my work. They'll constantly ask me about what are you doing and are you making money? And like I think that comes up literally every time I see them still up to this day. So it's been like a work in progress. But yeah, it's mostly like hearing judgment and doubts from people. Because
Yeah.
if you leave a job, you might have some doubts yourself. So when other people reflect that to you, it's almost like
Mhm.
magnified and then it
Yeah.
could bring up even more self-doubt for yourself. So if you
Mhm.
have a thought, for any of you watching or listening, if you have a thought of wanting to leave a job, you really have to have that ability to trust yourself, even if everybody around you is going to say it's a bad idea, because a lot of them will say it's a bad idea. And you got to learn, you can't like outsource your trust. Like you have to build such a
Mhm.
high self-trust and confidence in yourself or belief in yourself, because everyone around you is not used to what you're doing. It's so different
Mhm.
from the conventional path. Like, I mean, shoot,
Right.
I'm Filipino, everybody's a nurse, like nobody's an
Yeah.
entrepreneur. So it's,
Right.
it's scary for a lot of people.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like sad to say, but like if you just by not being a nurse, it like automatically makes you like a trailblazer because just so like it's not even I feel like to me it's not even that crazy. You're just like what if I
Hmm.
don't want to be a nurse or like what you know what I mean? But it's just
Right.
like why is this such a big deal? Like
Right.
I still don't understand it to this day. I'm like there's a lot of great jobs that are not nursing
I think
So
it's
that
so
many.
pay
crazy.
as well.
I
So
think
I
it's
don't know.
so crazy because I feel like from what I've witnessed, of course I'm not Asian, but you guys being born in America, you guys are always fighting to prove that you're more Asian, and arguably, Charmaine, you're doing something that's super Asian, like, like you're involving.
Oh, like because of Qigong or
I'm like, no, like
I'm even
you're
more
literally
Asian.
like
You're
you're
more
doing
Asian.
something like
I
that's
am.
involving your ancestors, like the practices that they involve themselves in, and you're literally abandoning Western medicine, and then you're still disappointing your family. Like I feel like that's
Like,
I feel like
girl,
that,
how do you win, man? How do you win? And
that
it's so
literally just goes to show don't follow anybody's footsteps that they put for you. Like you're never gonna be able to please them.
right. Even when I became a nurse, my mom was mad that I was not the right nurse. I couldn't be a
Right.
psychiatric nurse. I had to
Right,
be an
right.
ICU nurse because
Yeah,
ICU
yeah.
nurses are better than everybody.
Right, right. They're
Like,
better than everyone, yeah.
they're just better. And
Right, right, right.
Right.
Okay, mom, I'm sorry I couldn't be the right. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Or like,
uh-huh.
like when I went to UCLA at first, because my mom didn't know much about UCLA, she was like, "Oh, why aren't you in Kaiser?" Like, I don't know.
My
Then we went to
God,
Kaiser,
you're
and
at UCLA.
I know, but
Bro.
yeah, you'll never like fully step
Yeah,
into what they want for you. So it's just so important, especially for people who want to pursue their own path. The most important thing you could do is actually know what your own desires are and get to know who you are as a person. Because I think for me, it was a big journey of I didn't know who I was. Like, first of all, I'm a twin. I already don't know who I am because I have
yeah.
someone who looks just like me walking around the earth. So is that an identity issue already from my birth? And then and then like walking this path that my mom laid out for me. So it's like I did know what I wanted for myself, but when I brought that up to my mom when I was young, it was like shot down. So I like
Yeah.
suppressed my desires and suppressed my creativity and my dreams to become a nurse. And then it just resurfaced. Like when I was working in the hospital for like 6 years, those voices started resurfacing saying like, hey, are you really going to do this for the rest of your life? Like, seriously, like this is what you're going to do. And that's when my intuition developed again. And I think developing your intuition is the most important thing you could do to at least follow a path that's yours, and to trust it and to honor that intuition.
Yeah,
Mm.
can you talk to us a bit more about, like, following your intuition to create a business?
Oh yes, I feel like you know a lot about intuition. You guys know a lot about intuition. um, but I feel like at first I didn't know what the voice was because I was sort of blindly following a path that my mom laid out for me, like my parents laid out for me. So you don't really know what you want. But then later on, when you do the same thing, like I was just doing the same job over and over for 8 years, like I said. So then when it gets repetitive, I think you start to see the things that you don't like in your job. Like you start to question your job and start to question things. And when you start to question things, that's when you open the path for intuition, because now you're starting to poke holes through the filters and you're able to look at, oh, shoot, I'm just doing the same thing over and over. Like, why? I think the first path to intuition is questioning, like questioning what you're doing, questioning if you even like what you're doing. And then it could lead the way to getting to know yourself and your inner voice.
Do you
Mm.
think that I guess I have two questions to follow up what you just said. Do you feel like you're stronger with your like do you think that your intuition is stronger now that you're following your like true path in life, something that you actually want to do? And do you think that when your intuition was weak, when you were in the hospital just doing everything that other people wanted for you, do you think that since it was weaker, you didn't know what you want, but you knew what you didn't want? And you acted on that first?
Yeah, I think at first I knew what I didn't want. Like, I know in the beginning, I was really gung ho about nursing. Like, I thought I'd be there for the rest of my life. So I was really like into it and involved. But then over time, I don't know, when I just saw certain problems surfacing, like with the patients, like they're just getting addicted to meds. And I think I was starting to not feel fulfilled because I kept going to work and people weren't getting better. And I wanted to become a nurse to help people feel better and heal. And when you keep doing a job and you don't see results, like you don't see people getting better, then
Yeah.
you're just like, what the heck am I doing? So it created this
Yeah.
feeling of lack of fulfillment. And I think you really have to be in tune with how your body feels, because the body will tell you when something's off. And a lot of times we suppress those feelings. Like, we're really good at numbing our emotions, but the emotion is going to be the first voice that you'll know something's off. Like, you're going to wake up dreading to go to work. When you're at work, you're going to feel probably really jaded, or you're going to feel like,
Yeah.
I mean, I
No,
don't know if you
yeah.
guys know what that feels like.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
I mean, I don't know if
I'm
you
like,
guys
no,
can
I don't know
relate.
at all what you're
I
talking about.
actually love my
I mean,
job.
you
Excuse
guys don't
me.
know what
No,
that
I'm just
feels like
kidding.
at all,
No, I'm just kidding. I love the job. I
I
don't
was
know
like,
what you're talking about.
you're alone in this one for
You're
sure.
completely alone.
But yeah, it's like, you'll start feeling in your body like, I can't be here anymore. Like, it'll show up as a sensation in the body, and then when the sensation comes up, then the mind will start questioning, and then that's when the intuition will start coming through. But you have to be able to pay attention to your body's sensations, and just like, what do I say to myself when I wake up each morning? What do I say to myself when I am at work? Do I
Yeah.
enjoy this? Do I feel fulfilled? And it was mostly that lack of fulfillment that came through for me.
This is a weird question, but like, does your body feel different after you left working in the hospital? Like, do you feel more, does alignment feel different to you physically than, like, for instance, did you like have like physical symptoms when you weren't in alignment? Does that make sense? Or do you feel,
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. Physical symptoms will show through too, like when you're not in alignment. I still could have physical symptoms that come through, because sometimes I could still not be in alignment in my business. So sometimes physical symptoms can come through.
mm,
'Cause I have a tendency to
yeah,
people please and not
don't we
set
all?
boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I'm not in alignment in my business, then my body will tell me that. So I've had, especially this year, I have had my body show symptoms. Like, I had like really bad eczema flares, and I've had a history of eczema, but it never showed up in my legs. Like, it was always in my, my arms and my neck, but it never showed up in my legs and my shoulder. It was like literally all over my body. And I was like, what the hell? Like, I never got eczema flares this bad.
Wow.
So yeah, it shows up in the skin. It could show up in your tension. Tension is probably the easiest way, like tension in the shoulders or headaches or physical symptoms like that. But yeah, in when I was in the hospital though, it did feel like a constant sense of dread though. Like, every
Yeah.
day I woke up with dread,
Yeah.
just
I
this
used
like
to
heaviness
too.
in my
Mhm.
body. Yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's not there anymore. So that's good.
It's nice. Yeah, I'm glad you don't wake up with dread anymore.
Yeah, no, it's
It's so
honestly, it feels
funny.
so good.
I've always, since I was young, it sounds like I always have these like metaphors for what people are talking about. But before I knew what intuition was, I would describe it as, I don't know if you guys play video games, but I grew up with like a lot of brothers. So I played
Mm,
video games and I always described it as like being in the red zone. So, like, when you're playing a video game and you go off the map, your health starts to get affected and it'll be like ping of red. And you have to rush to get into like
Oh.
the sector that the game wants you to be in. And I've
mm,
always described
Mm.
going against the grain of what your body wants, which you're supposed to be in line with, as in being in that red zone where like you
Mhm.
don't know what's wrong, but you know that something is wrong and something has to change fast. And it becomes like so urgent
Yeah.
and primal inside you. Do you feel like
Yeah. The clock is ticking.
leaving? Yeah. Do you
You
feel
gotta
like
get
your
back.
time was
Yeah.
like running out when you were
yeah.
closer to leaving the hospital?
She was in
It
the
was
red zone, dude. She was
Yeah. Red
I was
zone. I
burnt
always
out,
say that
like,
you're in the red zone right now.
yeah. I mean, I was, like, so burnt out, like, it was burnout, it was a feeling of, "What's the point?" Like, "What am I even doing with my life?" Like, I felt like I wasn't making a difference. But, yeah, it was, like, constant stress, I was overeating a lot too, like, I was stress eating, I was stress
Yeah.
drinking,
Mhm.
I
Yep.
was just like, I the thing that woke me up, especially in nursing, was I was eating a lot but not paying attention to what I ate. And then, even though I was working out a lot and I was fit, I went to a doctor's appointment in 2017, and then they showed me that I had pre-diabetes, and I was like, get the hell out of here, because I thought that I was healthy, because I was really
Mhm.
muscular, and I was like working out like 5 days a week, but I still had pre-diabetes, and
Yeah, that's
it just
crazy.
revealed to me like how much cortisol I had in my body, and
Yeah.
I also wasn't eating good food, so um my stress manifested in like health issues. So that was one of my first like
Yeah.
indications of like something's off. Like pay
Yeah.
attention to me, you know?
Yeah.
Dang.
That was
Dang.
like almost like a rock bottom moment, I
Mhm.
guess. Yeah, yeah.
It's like eye-opening because
Or
I
just
don't
like
know.
like that shocked you. You were like, "Oh my god," you
Oh
know?
yeah.
Yeah.
When you inject people who have diabetes every day, you're like, "Oh hell no, I'm not gonna get
Yeah.
diabetes." So I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
"F that," you know? So I
You're like,
was
I'll
like,
be
Right.
damned before I'm getting
I'll be
stabbed
damned.
every
Yeah.
yeah,
single day
I'm
for
never
a
gonna
fucking
stab
ice cream
myself,
cone. Yeah.
dude. Hell no.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that woke me up. I had to like overhaul my whole diet, and then that also exposed me to learning more about stress because I was stress eating, and that was really
Mhm.
my first step into learning more about emotions and learning how to like not numb my emotions with external things. So that was kind of like my first step into like the life coaching stuff. But yeah,
That was your
health
first
issues
Yeah.
will teach
pivot?
you.
I mean, imagine if you weren't working out. Like, you would be so
Yeah.
dude, can you imagine? You'd be, like, hyperglycemic all the
Mhm.
time. Like,
Mhm.
you'd be
Dude.
even sicker. Like, that's yeah.
So crazy. Yeah.
Like, it was like, masking it in a way. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was pissed off. Like I was a personal trainer, and I knew like what to do, and then it's like, oh, you're unhealthy. You're like, get out of here. What? So
Don't
yeah,
judge a book by its cover. That's crazy. Once you start suppressing things about yourself, it comes out in the weirdest ways.
the weirdest. Exactly.
Oh my gosh, so funny. And do you have any like personal quote or mantra that you tell yourself when because it's not easy, the path that you've chosen. Like every choice that you've made since leaving UCLA has been very intentional, I
hmm
think, But I know that must be lonely sometimes and it's hard when the people that made you like don't reflect confidence back to you. Um
People that made me.
So
I'm gonna start crying. I'm just kidding.
is there anything
I'm
that you
like
like
that
to
part.
yeah, is there anything you'd like to tell yourself or anything that our listeners, our like 5 listeners can walk away with?
Hey, shout
All
out to those
5,
5 though. Yeah.
including us 3
Five
Yeah.
lives.
And
5
Rosie,
lives.
which is
and
in the
Rosie.
room.
Rosie is absorbing a lot. She's taking it
Yeah,
all in.
yeah.
So, I wish I could show you guys, but I don't wanna lift up my freaking shirt, my dress, but, I have a tattoo here on my rib cage, and it says a quote that I live by. It's like my life motto. So it's the last stanza of this poem called Invictus, and so it says, "It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate, I'm the captain of my soul." So,
Mm,
I got that like tattooed on a long time ago, like years ago, because I think it was one of the
yeah.
first times where I actually told myself, like, I'm the creator of my life. Like, I'm not gonna live the life that someone else laid out for me. Like, I get to decide who I want to be. And I get to decide what I want to create. And it was just very empowering. Like, it got me through a lot of dark times. So I just had to have it tattooed on there as a permanent reminder. So yeah.
Did you get that tattoo like while you were working as a nurse, like bedside? Or did you get it after?
Yeah, I think while I was working as a nurse. I forgot the year. It was
Wow.
a long time ago. But
You
yeah.
guys ever hear on TikTok where it's like the tattoo you get on your body like can alter your life? Like, those like stupid like lion tattoos that people get. Like it makes them like more courageous or like it manifests them. So like
Oh,
when
yeah.
when did you get that tattoo? Like how many years in were you working in the hospital?
I think I got if I remember right, I think I got in 2015, and I started working at UCLA in 2012. So I guess that's a long
It's
time ago.
pretty
Yeah.
early in because you were
Mm.
at UCLA like a long time, right? Like 8 years or something? Like
Yeah. Yeah, since
yeah.
2012. Yeah.
So that's pretty crazy to think about, like, your life now, compared to where you were when you got the tattoo?
I feel like I've lived through like 20 lifetimes since like nursing started. It's so weird. Like when I look back at who I was in 2012 when I started nursing, I'm like literally so different. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
so crazy.
Yeah.
Just how many evolutions one could go through. I'm like, what? It's crazy.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy, and like it shows how resilient you are, and yeah.
Thank you.
Charmaine the Charmander for sure. Evolved.
The Charmander. Okay, so we're gonna be wrapping up this episode. Any advice you'd like to give to our 5 listeners or anyone who thinks they want to make a big change?
Well, I mean, I like to talk.
The Pivot PRN podcast is brought to you by Like Minded Collective, where friendship comes first and business comes second.
If you live near Orange County, California, you can join Like Minded Collective's in-person networking chapter, Like Minded OC. So, Connie, why do you love LMC?
Okay, so first of all, Inbal Claudio, the founder, is such an amazing connector of women and businesses. The women you meet at LMC are powerhouses, very down to earth, easy to talk to, approachable, and even as a new business owner myself, they meet me where I'm at, and everyone is just so supportive of each other, and the vibes are amazing. And if you are part of Like Minded OC, you have access to a lot of events like wellness walks, coffee and conversations, business events with workshops, hot seat coaching.
If you are a local to Orange County, you can use the same discount code PIVOT10 to get 10% off your business and collab event ticket, which is their once a month event, which has the most women and has a really great workshop. Go to likemindedcollective.com and sign up now for an in-person event.
Tell this to anybody, and I don't care how cheesy it sounds, but honestly, if you do have a pull or a nudge to change the path you're on, if you have a calling to do something different and you have that inner voice that's speaking to you, I would not ignore it. Like I would lean into it. I really recommend that you lean into it because I personally believe that people who have that inner voice, it's not a mistake. It's like you're personally selected by source or some other power out there that says, I want you to put this into fruition. Like I want you to create this. And I don't take that lightly. So whenever I have a calling to do something, I don't know, it feels like a responsibility almost to have it manifest and create it. And so if you do have a calling, it's not a mistake. It's not a accident. It's there for a reason. So why not listen to it and see where it leads you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that's a really good point because it's like, why is it in your head in the first place? Why, like, why do you have like I've been like having that thought too a lot lately where I'm like, why do I even have these desires to begin with? Like, why, it must be, sorry, I don't know if you can hear the baby crying, but, but yeah, like they come into our thoughts. The good and the bad thing about having like a really good podcast microphone is it picks up literally everything in the room. So you can pick up, it picks up the little vibrations on the ground when she's stomping her little feet when she's upset, like do 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 do.
Like that parrot on TikTok that like stomps its feet when it walks. Y'all don't know about that. Y'all don't know.
I don't watch TikTok.
You have to be chronically online.
Like, say what now?
I'll send it to y'all in the group chat after this.
Oh,
thank you.
I love that little bird.
Okay, so let's do some rapid fire questions and tell me in one word your answer for each, okay? Okay, coffee or tea?
Tea.
Yay. That's why your teeth are so white.
Oh, I used to be addicted to coffee though. Like, shoot, I was addicted to coffee for years, but then I quit in like 2020. Anyway, yeah, I was a coffee junkie back in the day. But anyway,
current mood.
Excited.
Yay. Your past self in one word.
Warrior. My past self?
your
like past life or like
past one of your past versions of yourself in this life.
Oh, right. Timid. She's timid.
She
Mhm.
was timid.
Yep.
Present self.
Bold, I'd
Mm,
say.
mhm. Your future self.
What do you say? Unshakable? Like,
Ooh. Ooh.
unshakable.
That's
Nice.
tea.
Mm.
Mhm. That's tea.
Oh my gosh, so funny. One word that has kept you going.
Belief, like self-belief.
And one word you wanna be remembered for or remembered by.
I like what you said, trailblazer. I think that's cool.
Yeah, nice.
Hey.
Do you have any questions, China? You asked the best
Oh.
questions.
I was so afraid, like, coming on here, I was gonna, like, dominate, like, the space.
No, you asked the best questions. It's your, like, Gen Z mind. It's so
Hey,
beautiful.
So beautiful.
represent, whatever. Um, could you locate I know, like, not everything happens within an instant, but if you could narrow down an instant where you were just, like, looking around, you were on the floor, and you're like, "Man, fuck this," like, I feel like everyone has that
Oh,
moment.
yeah. Mhm.
Like, could you describe what brought you there? Like, if it was like a mountain of work, it was like you had so much charting to do. Like, what was that one thing where you're like, shit has to change and it has to change fast?
It was shit. It was dealing with shit. No, just kidding. I was like, shit. It was
mm.
shit. For real though, but like, I don't know. I literally had a moment where one day I was just like, I'm literally just giving people meds, wiping their butts, and just sitting down doing charting every day. Like I didn't feel like I was
Yeah.
making a difference. I was just like, I'm giving meds, wiping butts, and charting every single day. Is this my life? Like that's just what it
Yeah.
felt like. Like
Yeah, because like I like to ask people that question because, dude, on social media, they make it feel so much more profound to be a nurse than what your day to day is. Like, you see, like, those
Yeah.
videos of like, it's giving like soldier coming home from war, but it's like the
Yeah.
nurse watching the patient walk for the first time. That is
mm,
not what it's like. Like, yeah, you
try
get to
working in
see
the psych
people.
unit.
Yeah, that
I
part. Like,
mean,
it's giving
it
like, yeah,
was
you're watching people walk for the first time, but that person shit in your hand like the day before that and was like throwing it around the room. Like, you know what I mean?
girl.
It's a mixed bag.
Right. They don't even talk about like the assaults, the bites, the poops, the vomit. Like they're the IMs, all the yeah. There's just so much. Like the fact too
The
is
IMs.
the IMs,
Oh, especially
and
in the psych floor.
gosh, we gave it mostly to the dementia patients. But anyway,
Oh, no, for real. No,
And
that
someone's
you're
they
grandma.
will come for you. They will
They
come
will
for
come
you.
for you.
They will
they're
bite
strong as
you,
fuck
The
stroke
too.
you.
empathy part of their brain is rotted away. So they're just pure
Literally.
animal
Primal,
instincts. It's
primal.
just
It is
primal.
wild. It's primal out there.
All those like old
But
white ladies only remember racism and how to fight.
yeah. Mhm. Yeah, yeah. It was funny. It was an interesting time. But yeah, they
They
also
can't
don't talk about the fact that a lot of patients don't get a whole lot better too. Like that's the
Yeah.
thing I saw in psych.
Mhm.
Like I didn't see a lot of patients, a whole lot of them get better. That was the
Yeah.
frustrating thing. So that's why I
It's just
wanted to
like
leave.
yeah, it's
It's
just
like,
like
dude,
palliative basically. Like
Yeah, palliative for sure.
you're
That's
just like
yeah,
perfect. That is the perfect word to describe a psych unit.
yeah.
Like,
yeah,
Jesus.
sad.
Yeah, you're not really fixing anything. You're just kind of putting them you're just making them sleepier.
Yeah,
yeah.
you're making them easier to deal with.
You're just helping
Exactly.
them sleep through their life, kind of? Like, you're not
Right,
improving
right,
their
which is
Yeah.
life.
why I was like, "Dude, I'm not about just making people sleep, like, let's actually figure out what's the issue," you know?
Mhm.
And I know some patients, there's different levels of acuity. I know some of them need meds because they're so dangerous to others and everything like that, but other people did not need meds, like, some of them were, like, UCLA students, some of them were
Wow.
med students, some of them were doctors, lawyers, like, regular people
That's
that
crazy.
just didn't know how to handle life, and
Yeah.
so they
They
didn't
just
need to be there, you know? There are other things for them, so, you know.
It's
I
definitely
do
giving one size fit all kind of solution,
yeah.
you
Mhm.
know?
Oh, for sure.
Mm.
Yeah. One thing I did like though at UCLA, I noticed that like I feel like there's a lot of one-to-one time. I think that
Mhm.
was something you guys did that
Right.
was kind of different compared to some other psych hospitals I've been to. Like you had more one-on-one time, which again, that's like non-pharmacological. It's building like establishing a social connection, which is like therapeutic in its
Right.
own way. And then I also did like that they had like, didn't they have like yoga and like they had like activities. They had like social
Right.
activities, which some units don't even do that. They just drug them and they sleep the rest of the day. Whereas like you guys had like actual things for them to do that were like,
Right. That was the one thing I liked the best about my job was doing group activities. Like I was one of the few nurses who would do that.
oh,
But like I enjoyed it. Like I would teach them like chair yoga, or I would teach them like exercises, or I would teach them like cognitive behavioral therapy or aromatherapy. Like I would do all these different groups.
yeah.
That's what I liked from the job. So I took that from that job. So I'm kind of like wanting to do that on my own, because I like the group
Mm-hmm.
setting, but I felt like it was really helpful. And yeah, the
Yeah.
one-on-one was good too, because we really minimized restraints by having one-to-one staff. And I know that's definitely not feasible in a lot of other hospitals,
Yeah.
but it
That
was
is
nice
pretty crazy.
it was pretty bougie, but
That is bougie for sure.
Yeah.
bougie,
Private rooms, TV in
bougie.
every room.
I know, private rooms, oh my gosh, but yeah, but it was nice that I did like that I had the opportunity to teach groups, and that we were able to facilitate, like, a schedule and things like that. Because I felt, especially for depression, the most helpful thing was having people outside of the room and participating in the community, so
Yeah.
that was good.
That's so good. Yeah, I know. I'm sure you talk I'm sure it must not be easy to always like talk about the past that you've kind of like purposely tried to leave behind in a sense. Like I know you've had to share this story many, many times of like how you left and all of that. So I appreciate you telling it again for us. I know you're probably sick of talking about it, but I do appreciate hearing about it. And it's been fun to do these interviews even of people that I know already, because there's always so much more that comes out in these interviews that I didn't know before. So, anyways, yeah, I appreciate you coming here and spending the time with us and opening up to us. Yeah.
Oh,
Write a
So
book. Who said that? Who said that?
who said that? Who said that? Who said that? So tell us about stuff that you're working on that you're excited about, and yeah, how can people work with you?
yay. So, first of all, thanks for having me on here. And I appreciate you having the space for nurses to kind of talk about their real experiences. I think it's really important to have nurses kind of talk about what goes down. And I appreciate you having holding the space for me. And I also do want to say, I did also learn a lot from UCLA, and it definitely did implement a lot of other interventions, like not just meds, but meds were like a big thing. So that's part of why I left. But they were doing a lot. And then I also want to say I'm excited about this group program that I'm putting together. So it's basically a 6-week group program that will help teach people more about how to navigate anxiety and depression through a nervous system lens. So I incorporate a lot of polyvagal theory and Qigong, and also something called EFT, or emotional freedom techniques. And it's basically holistic
Mm.
ways to help you regulate your anxiety and depression, so that when you don't have your meds available, or if you want to feel more empowered in your life, you have these other tools to actually heal your nervous system and not be so reactive to life and your circumstances, and helps you develop your inner resilience and find that inner strength. So that's my goal with that program. So it's in the works, but my goal is to have it put together by October. So that's my goal.
Ooh, nice. Like a reset
Yeah,
before the holiday. You need to chill your nervous system before it gets blown to
Yeah.
smithereens over the holidays.
exactly.
Before you have to see all the most triggering people in one room.
Exactly.
That is the
um,
realest shit you said today.
and you have a YouTube channel. Tell us about that.
Oh yeah, so my YouTube is at Oasis Qigong, Qigong, and I have a lot of really short Qigong routines there, like 7 to 10 minutes. And if you just need a little reset for yourself, or you need to find a way, especially if you're a healthcare worker or a nurse, those are really good routines to help you stop feeling overwhelmed and just help calm your mind and body, so you're not feeling so burnt out. Like it just helps you have that little bit of peace to find that comfort without food or alcohol or whatever it is. So it's really, really, it's really helpful.
Yeah. And I also think like on a bigger scale, like the biggest impact that you're doing, I feel like I think the really nice so obviously one of the biggest problems with our system is that there's obviously a lot of like nurse burnout because
Mm.
the amount of sick people that come through the doors is just overwhelming. Like there just
Right.
isn't a system in place that can serve everyone all at once. So if you think
Mhm.
about it, like the more people you teach qigong, the more people you teach how to take care of themselves. That's less and less people getting sick. You know what I mean? Like you're kind of
Right.
preventing a lot of people spiraling, getting sicker and being admitted. So
Mm.
in a weird global indirect way, you're kind of like reducing a lot of burnout of like other caregivers. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
By teaching people to be their own caregiver. Does that make sense?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I'm so glad you said that. Thank you. Like, that makes me happy because that was my goal. It's like, I want to help people know how to basically care for themselves and heal themselves when they need to,
Mhm.
so that it puts less strain on the healthcare system, and it also helps the nurses, like,
It helps the
they're
nurses a lot.
a lot. Like, there's no more worries about being understaffed. Like, there's no more burnout. Like,
Mhm.
if you could, it just helps everybody. And
It
so
helps
I
everyone.
think equipping people with those tools and learning people, helping people heal themselves is like the best thing you could do for the community and also for our nurses. So
Oh
that's
my
really helpful.
gosh. I feel like qigong should be taught to like kids. Like they should learn from a
Yeah.
young age. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like yoga, qigong, they should learn all these skills when they're really young. Just
That would be
imagine
very helpful.
imagine the generational like impact that would have. Like this one really needs qigong in her life like
Oh,
really bad.
oh.
She's on the edge of burnout like right now.
It really does
Oh, I'm
help kids a lot
sorry.
though, like,
I'm
they've
sorry.
done qigong for kids with autism, and I've also taught
Oh.
qigong for mothers of children with autism, and so it's really
Oh.
good for the caregiver and the child
Yeah.
who has autism, like, doing even qigong massage, like, there's this book called Qigong Massage for Autism or something like that, but
Wow, that's really cool.
kids could learn simple massage techniques to just calm themselves down, even if they have autism, like, they could
Yeah.
learn tools to regulate, so it's amazing.
Yeah, that's super cool. Okay, so your Instagram handle is the same as your business, which is Oasis Qigong, right? Yeah. Where did you come up with the name Oasis? Like what inspired that?
I think the thought came because I don't know, I wanted to convey this whole thing of, an oasis is where you have a place of safety, but I wanted to convey something like everybody has an oasis internally that they could access. So I guess that's where it kinda came from, like, we have our own internal oasis, like, we have our own
Mm,
safety that we could
like
access within, and it doesn't
like
have to be sourced
inner
from
yeah,
external. Yeah,
inner
external
oasis.
access.
Yeah. Yeah, very cool. Well, thank you again so much for joining us. And we actually kept it under an hour, so that's pretty impressive. I'm really
Yay.
proud of us.
Easy. Oh, nice. We did good.
Yeah. Yeah. So yay. Well, thank you both of you for coming and helping me make this happen. And your macrame backdrop looks so cute. Like for this interview.
Yeah, I just gotta keep it aesthetic, like,
You gotta keep it aesthetic always.
always.
Always. Alrighty. Well, thank you so much, everyone, and thank you to our to our listeners.
Listener, just one. It's just thank you guys.
Honestly,
Thank you,
but
mom and dad, for listening.
for real though, like, I had a podcast for nurses back in the day, like, years ago, and honestly,
I didn't
nurses
know that.
found me.
Really?
It was, like, a long time ago, like, when I first started my life coaching business, and
Oh.
nurses found me. I guess they looked up, like, nurse in Spotify or whatever, and they found me, and I actually got clients through it, so it was just, like, crazy, so
Oh.
never know, like,
You
who's
never
listening.
know. You
Mhm.
never know. Okay. Okay. Nice. Well, that gives me hope because sometimes I'm like, who am I doing this for?
No, they're out
Oh,
there. A lot of nurses want to pivot right now, so
Yeah,
mm,
for sure.
that
100%.
part.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks again.
thanks for
Anything
having
else?
me.
Anything else you guys want to talk about, or you guys are good?
I'm good.
You're good. Okay. Rosie's like, ready to pass out. So I'm gonna go put her down. I have to put this like fake background on because if you look behind me, it's like a train wreck. Like she's like destroyed my home in like protest of me.
And protest is
It's like literally in shambles around me because she's displeased.
Oh no.
So anyways, I'm gonna go put the baby down, but I'll be editing, and the cool thing about Riverside is that it makes like reels for you. So I'll try to publish a reel soon because the reels are super fun. It like uses AI to find the best clips, like yeah. I will hopefully release that soon. But yeah, thank you, Charmaine, for coming in, and maybe I'll interview you again, maybe next season or something, but we'll
It
see.
should be like me and Charlene together. Wouldn't that be fun? That'd be
Do you
funny.
want to do that?
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Actually?
That'd be fun. Yeah,
Okay.
that'd
That
be
would be fun, huh? Yeah. Okay, good. Well, awesome. Well, I hope everyone has a great day, and thank you, Chyna. You did an amazing job your first time co-hosting.
Was that your first time, China?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, dude,
First
thank you.
time
Yeah,
on a
you asked great
podcast.
questions.
Yeah.
You seemed really comfortable.
She's a
like,
natural.
natural, man.
She's a natural for sure.
Natural.
Keep going.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
she asks the real questions,
There you go.
She's like the realest person I know, so
Yeah.
she's a good co-host.
Yay.
But okay, well, thank you so much, Chyna. I really appreciate you coming and looking amazing for your debut. Thank you, everybody, and I hope you have a good rest of your weekend.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Pivot PRN podcast. We hope today's conversation inspired you to take the next step in your own pivot journey.
Remember, every big change starts with a single step, and we're here to support you the whole way. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who's ready for a change.
And if you're looking for more insights, tips, or community, follow us on Instagram at Pivot PRN Podcast.
Until next time, keep pushing boundaries, and remember, it's never too late to pivot.